Good day everyone, this is Matt, and today we'll discuss about the electrical clearances, Article 3.4.5.3, clearances of conductors, cables, and regular parts. So, introduction. Clearances requires ensure safety in electrical installations, prevents accidental contacts with live conductors, and reduce fire and electrical hazards. Compliance is essential for protection of life and property. So, the primary function is to prevent accidental contacts and also reduce fire and electrical hazard, and it also the fundamental purpose and importance of maintaining clearances. So, vertical and horizontal clearances. This refers to the minimum distance that unguarded or accessible wires, conductors, cables, and rigid live parts must maintain from buildings, signs, billboards, chimneys, radio and television antennas, tanks, and other installations when the conductors are at rest. So, it defines the concept of at rest, minimum spatial separations if it's vertical and horizontal from various edge structures. Horizontal clearances under wind displacement condition. So this addresses the minimum horizontal clearances required when conductors and cables are displaced from their at rest position due to wind. So the overall is it addresses dynamics clearances requirements accounting the movements of conductors during windy conditions to maintain safety margins. So this is the diagram, this is the clearance diagram for buildings. So as we can see here, there is have the legend that contains H for controlling horizontal clearance, V for vertical, and T is the transitional vertical or arc. So a visual presentation of a clearance rules showing the defined horizontal and vertical and transitional arc safety zones around the structures. So clearance diagram. So as you see in here, it explains the use of diagrams as visual reference and introduce the concept of ground guarding as a mandatory mitigation measure when full clearance is unachievable. So this is the table of clearance. The, on table 3.4.5.3 point 2 A2, horizontal clearance is required when displacement by wind. So as you see, this table specifies the minimum horizontal distance that supplies conductors and cables must maintain from structures when are subject to wind displacement, ensuring they do not contact with building on their installation under adverse condition. Supply conductors attached to building and or other installations. So this section is of the electrical code outlines the requirements for the permanent attachment of supply conductors to buildings and other installations. So it defines the and scope of the rules, how utility lines or supply conductors are secured to customers' structures. Requirements. This is are all the requirements that have the standard for installations and clearances. So we have example for this for 0 to 700 volts follow the rules 3.4.1.3 or 3.4.1.4. So this is all the rules that electrician should follow to maintain a safety and do not be harmful for any structures and human. This is also the mandatory requirements for installations, voltage limits, surface proximity, and minimum clearances from the installation surface. Service drop clearances must not be readily accessible, must have a vertical clearances of not less than 3 meters from the highest point of the roof or balcony which over they pass. So the vertical clearance of not less than 3 meters from the highest point of the roof or balconies, they are the standard so that anyone can go easily just while using vehicle or or and for other instructions. Special rules and exceptions. Exception 1. For clearances above railings, walls, or parapets, around balconies, decks, roof, use the clearance required. Then, exception 2. Exception 2. For clearances where an outside stairway exists to provide access to such balconies, decks, roofs, and roofs. So this is the clearances required also for row 2B or table 3.4.5.3A1. So this picture it can provide specific um, variation to grant clearance rules for particular architectural features like railings and stairs. So, Table 3.4.5.3A1 clearances of wires, conductors, cables, and unguarded, rigid, energized parts adjacent but not attached to buildings and other installation except bridges. So, this is all the table that containing all the standard that should be followed. And here's also the one that so this one, as you can see, there are for buildings, horizontal, vertical, also the sign chimneys. Number 2 is the sign chimneys, billboards, radio, and television antennas. So that are all the requirements that should be followed for Philippine Electrical Code. Explanation. So this is the general clearances requirements that the documents specified minimum vertical clearances for service conductors or cables above roof, balconies, and other accessible areas, and to ensure safety and prevent accidental contacts. So these are have also accessible versus not readily accessible. It distinguishes between readily accessible and not readily accessible roof or balconies, with the different clearances requirements applying to each. Roof or balcony is considered readily accessible if it can reach without extraordinary physical effort or tools. So this is also some explanations. Explanation is specific clearances values that text provides specific clearance values such as 900 millimeter or 400 457 millimeter depending on the horizontal distance from the edge of the roof and the location of the support mass. Exceptions to the general rules are outlined particularly for situations involving lower voltage or specific cable types. Visual representation. The plan view and elevation view diagram visually illustrate this clearances requirements showing the vertical and horizontal distance to be maintained between the service drop and the roof. So use the use to so this is all to use establish the design criteria for the roof or balconies and exceptions ex, inspections. So used so this is all explanation that used to establish the design criteria for the roof or balconies. An inspections report must first document the accessibility classifications before citing the specific minimum clearances value for that classification. So this is the figure 3.4.5.3 C4 clearances of a service drop terminating a support mast. So as you can see, the maintain not less maintain not less than 0.90 so this is the figure 3.4.5.3 clearances of a service drop terminating on support mast. So this is also a diagram for this topic. So maintain not less than 0.90 meter vertical clearances above roof outside of 1.80 meter radius from the service mast. So and then maintain not less than 457 millimeter vertical clearances above roof within 1.80 meter radius from the service mast. As you can see here that the mast. So I'm gonna use this ball pen. As you can see, this is the mast that the service drop can hold. So this is the service for all the function and this is the 0.9 this is the 0.90 meters that from the roof above vertically. So this is the for service mast. So from the service mast we can vertically clearance of 457 millimeter vertical clearance above the roof or 1.80 meter just no. Article 3.4 Article 3.4 of the NESC National Electrical Safety Codes 2012 edition addresses clearances for electrical installation to prevent contacts with the energized parts and structures with specific rules for education, reduction, and in clearance under certain conditions. So clearances are calculated by adding value from table A and table B with exception for installations not requiring maintenance those with protective coverings or in limited space where 600 millimeter reduction is allowed if access is provided via specific enter points. So this is the code authority in a report. You must cite the specific NEC edition to justify the rule and values. So, standard clearances. Vertical values are determined by adding mechanical and electrical E from A to applicable component values from table B. So, of Appendix A. So, this confirms calculation method when specifying clearance should and ideally show the calculation linking the final value back to these two preferred tables. So, purpose. The primary goal is to prevent contact with unguarded, rigid, energized parts, wires, conductors, cables, and structures. So, the primary statement is used in the introduction or the scope of a compliance report to establish the safety objective of the measurements and designs choices being discussed. So, condition and clearances reduction. Reduced clearance may be allowed when, so this is, it will allow installations like buildings or signs do not require maintenance. Then, second is unguarded, energized parts have covering with sufficient dielectric strength. Then, available space is limited, allowing a 600mm reduction. Accessible to the structures or buildings is provided through doorway, ramp, window, stairway, or permanently mounted ladder. So, this list is used to justify the use of reduced clearances value when the measure distance is less than the standard value but still compliant due to a mitigating factor. Specific provision. Accessible structures. A permanent mounted ladder, roof, balcony, or area is considered readily accessible to pedestrian if its bottom rung is 2.45 meters or more than the ground. So this rule is used to classify a structure's accessibility based on the height of the lowest step or rung of permanent ladder. Grounded guy portion. The non-grounded portion of a span guys and anchor guys above guy insulators require specific clearances. Then clearance to moving parts. Required clearance are measured to the closest approach of motorized sign or moving version of installations. So, this is also covered by Rule 3.4.5.3. Truck height. For the purpose of this rule, any vehicle exceeding 2.45 meter in height is considered a truck. Okay, so 2.45 meter in height is considered a truck. So more than 2.45 meter should the clearances for any service drop. Grounded guys. Clearances for grounded version of guys may be reduced to 75 meter. Windows. Window designed to open can have same clearances permitted for walls and projections.